Have you ever felt like life was leading you somewhere, but you just couldn't see the map? Like there was a bigger plan, but the pieces weren't fitting together? Well, what if I told you that the universe, or rather, God, has been working behind the scenes to guide you to a new place, a new chapter, a new address? And what if I told you that Archangel Michael, one of the most powerful beings in the spiritual realm, has a message for you about it? This is a story about divine timing, hidden truths, and the moment when everything finally comes to light. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's dive into this incredible journey. Let's start at the beginning. Imagine a young woman named Sarah. Sarah was like many of us, trying to figure out her life. She had a job she didn't love, a relationship that felt stuck, and a nagging feeling that there was something more out there for her. She prayed, she meditated, and she even tried manifesting her dreams, but nothing seemed to change. One night, Sarah had a dream. In it, she saw a towering figure with wings of light. It was Archangel Michael. He didn't say much, but his presence was overwhelming. He simply pointed to a door and said, "Your new address is waiting. God is exposing it now." When Sarah woke up, she was confused. What did that mean? A new address? Was she supposed to move? Change jobs? Start over? She didn't know. But she couldn't shake the feeling that something big was about to happen. Over the next few weeks, strange things started happening in Sarah's life. She got a random call from an old friend who offered her a job in a new city. Her landlord suddenly decided to sell the apartment she was living in, forcing her to move. Even her relationship ended, not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet, mutual understanding that it was time to let go. At first, Sarah felt overwhelmed. It seemed like her entire life was being uprooted. But then she remembered the dream. Your new address is waiting. Could all of this chaos actually be part of a divine plan? Now, let's pause for a moment. Have you ever experienced something like this? Maybe not a dream about an archangel, but a series of events that felt too coincidental to be random? Maybe you lost a job, only to find a better one. Maybe a relationship ended, and it turned out to be the best thing for you. This is what we call divine timing. It's the idea that God, or the universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, has a plan for us. And sometimes, that plan requires us to let go of what's familiar so we can step into something new. Sarah decided to trust the process. She took the job in the new city, found a small apartment, and started over. At first, it was hard. She missed her old life, even though it hadn't been perfect. But slowly, things began to fall into place. She met new friends who shared her interests. She discovered a passion for painting, something she'd never had time for before. And she realized that the new address wasn't just a physical place, it was a new state of being. It was about stepping into her true self, the person she was always meant to be. Here's the thing about divine timing: it doesn't always make sense in the moment. When Sarah was in the middle of all those changes, it felt like her life was falling apart. But in reality, it was falling into place. Archangel Michael's message wasn't just for Sarah, it's for all of us. Your new address is waiting. That new address could be a physical move, a career change, or even a shift in your mindset. It's about trusting that God is guiding you, even when the path isn't clear. So, what's the takeaway from Sarah's story? It's this: life is full of twists and turns, but there's a bigger picture at play. When things feel uncertain, remember that God is exposing your new address. It might not happen overnight, and it might not look the way you expect, but it's coming, and just like Sarah, you have the strength to step into that new chapter. Trust the process. Trust the timing. And most importantly, trust yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on your own life. What's your new address? What changes are you being called to embrace? Remember, you're not alone. Archangel Michael, God, and the entire universe are rooting for you. Until next time, keep trusting, keep growing, and keep shining.